To illustrate the origins of the new 6800 board, I got the old one out, the 40-year-old one, and I just thought, while it's out, I'll give it a try. And believe it or not, it works. After 40 years, it works. Got to get the angle exactly right on the display, but it says input command. So if I put display memory, it says input address F800, and if you just remember these first two instructions, 8670 97ED, just remember those. And if you look at the old handwritten listing, 8670 97ED, this is the old monitor ROM that's in the old 6800 from 40 years ago, and it's all working fine. If I input command, if I modify memory, input address 0040, and if I put in there 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on, and then I display memory, input command, display, input address 0040, 11, 12, 13, 14. These are the values that I've just entered from the keypad. So it's all working fine. Who'd have thought, 40 years on. Cheers. Oh well, I'll just show you the display while we're at it. Standard calculators. I was explaining last time that it wasn't a 555, it was 2 transistors in a multi-vibrator that switches the high address line of the 2716. The data outputs from the 6800 from the port go to the address lines of the 2716, and the data outputs of the 2716 go to the segments. And as this multi-vibrator switches alternately, it switches between the high and low halves of the 2716, and at the same time switches between 2 digits. And somewhere in here there's that's a hex dump of the this is where I worked it all out 40 years ago, and here's a hex dump of the so like 3F would be 0, that's all segments apart from the bar across the 8, so that's a 0. So we've got I think I typed a proper listing somewhere. Originally it was hand coded, just worked out by hand, but it worked so well that I actually typed it up afterwards into the assembler. And this is the file, which for some reason I kept all these years. At the addresses, which are actually controlled by the data outputs of the 6800 port, the PIA port, we've got this data. This is the data that the 2716 outputs. So at address 0, which would be like outputting a 0 to the port, we've got 3F, which is 3F is everything but G. So that's every segment apart from the G. So that's a 0 at address 0. At address 1, we want it to display a 1. So it's 06, which is all those off, B and C on, and A off, so that's a 1. 2 is 5B, which is 1011, so it's everything but C. And on this side, 5B, everything but F, so that's your 2, sorry. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. And that repeats, so that it ignores the address lines that are connected for the other digit, right up to 100, and then on the other side it repeats in bunches, so that it's ignoring the least significant bytes. So it's all 3S 16 times, all 06s, so that's all digit notes, all digit 1s, all digit 2s, all the way down to 200. So as it flaps from left to right, and the data outputs are controlling the address of the least significant address bits of the 2716. The high address is flipping with the oscillator and at the same time flipping between the two digits. It sounds convoluted, but it works a treat. Well, as you've seen, it works a treat. Cheers.